Hello friends and welcome to my journey of YouTube. Today we are going to learn about digestive system development in precise manner. So let's get started. The derivative of gut. Foregut, midgut, hindgut. Foregut include mouth cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, descending duodenum, liver, pancreas, larynx, trachea, lungs, thyroid and parathyroid. Midgut include ascending duodenum, jejunum, ileum, cecum, ascending colon, transverse colon. Hindgut include transverse colon, descending colon, rectum, anus, urinary bladder and urethra. Now the point to remember here is that descending duodenum is the derivative of foregut, ascending duodenum is the derivative of midgut, and ascending colon is the derivative of midgut, and the transverse colon is the derivative of hindgut. Pharynx and its derivative. The anterior portion of the foregut evolve pharyngeal pouches that are 6 in number and they are endodermal in origin. Before learning pharynx derivative, we should know what is brachial apparatus. Brachial apparatus comprises of pharyngeal groove, pharyngeal cleft and pharyngeal pouches. The first pair of pharyngeal pouch develop auditory tube. The second pair of pharyngeal pouch develop palatine tonsil. The third pair of pharyngeal pouch develop parathyroid. The fourth pair develop parathyroid, that is superior part of the parathyroid, and the third pair develop inferior part of the parathyroid. And the last fifth pair develop ultimobrachial body, that is responsible for the calcitonin production or the regulation of calcium. The first brachial arch develop thyroid. Development of face and jaw. The face develops from the frontal nasal process and the first brachial arch. What happened? The two horseshoe-shaped swelling arises and a central pit develop, that is known as olfactory pit. The nasolateral process and the nasomedial process result in the formation of nasal cavity. The arch derivative. The first brachial arch is the mandibular arch that result in the formation of external acoustic meatus. The second brachial arch is the hyoid arch that result in the formation of stap and some bone of hyoid apparatus. The third arch result in the formation of other bone of hyoid apparatus, and the fourth brachial arch develop laryngeal cartilage. Mouth cavity. Compound structure since developed partly from stomodeum and partly from foregut. The oropharyngeal membrane form, that is opposed to the ectoderm. Soon the membrane rupture and the mouth cavity continues with the pharynx. The other dorsally a blind sac fold is present, that is preoral or the sisal pocket. Development of tongue. Tongue developed from ectoderm and endoderm. The body part or the oral part developed from ectoderm and the root part or the pharyngeal part developed from endoderm. The body developed from three primordia, that is two lateral lingual enlargement and one tuberculum impar. Root developed from one primordia called copula, which is present between second and third brachial arches. At the junction of body and root, foramen cecum present. Valid papilla present at the junction on the V line, that is known as sulcus terminalis. Initially the tongue is attached on all the sides, later a groove present lingogingival and the labiogingiva that separate the tongue from gum and the lips. This is the diagram of tongue. Here the foramen cecum is shown between the tuberculum impar and the copula. Tooth, ectodermal in origin. First, dental lamina develop. At the interval of the dental lamina, knob-like thickening called the dental bud arises. Dental bud, when extended into the mesenchyme, become the cup-shaped called animal organ. Animal organ is made up of inner epithelium, outer epithelium, and the middle stellate epithelium. Inner epithelium cell elongate, that is simple columnar in nature, called the ameloblast, and they are responsible for the secretion of enamel. Outer cells of the papilla elongate, known as odontoblast. Enamel portion extend to the portion called the epithelial sheath of the root sheath. Cuboidal cells around the root called the cementoblast, and the dental lamina then disintegrates after the formation of the tooth, and it is the primordia of the permanent tooth. It is very important point to know the sequence of the stages in tooth formation. First bud stage, second cap stage, and third bell stage. So we learn odontoblast secrete dentine and ameloblast secrete enamel. Some important term related with tooth. Naismith membrane. The cell of the outer wall of the enamel organ form the circular covering of the unworn tooth, and it persists after some time of birth. Tooth process are a histologic landmark identified on the ameloblast cell involved in the production of the tooth enamel. As we know that ameloblast is responsible for the production of enamel. During the synthesis of the enamel, the ameloblast move away from the enamel and forming a projection surrounded by the developing enamel. Tooth process are those projection and give the ameloblast a picket fence apparent under a microscope. So, the tome process generally are landmark on the ameloblast cell that are responsible for the secretion of enamel, and the Naismith membrane is the outer covering or the circular covering of the unworn tooth. Development of palate. Separate the mouth cavity from the nasal cavity. It develops from three primordia: median palatine process 1 and lateral palatine process 2. Anteriorly with the medial process live the foramen called the foramen incisivum, and initially the palate is membranous. Later on the anterior 2/3 form hard palate and the posterior 1/3 form the soft palate, and the soft palate is long in case of the horse. Development of esophagus. It runs between the pharynx and the stomach. As the neck established, esophagus elongate, epithelium proliferate and fill the lumen. Then soon the recanalization occur. Epithelium is simple columnar and later on become the stratified squamous. Note: esophagus may be coated by the skeletal muscle throughout the length in case of the dog and ruminant, to the level of diaphragm in case of pig, and to the mid-thorax in case of cat, horse and human, or not coated by the skeletal muscle in case of avian or birds. Development of simple stomach. Stomach is the caudal dilation of the foregut. The dorsal mesogastrium, also known as greater momentum, and the ventral mesogastrium, also known as lesser momentum, are the part of the simple stomach. Cardiac opening of the esophagus. Bulge near cardia called fundus. Large middle portion called body or corpus, and the caudal area is known as pylori. Rotation by the 90-degree along the craniocaudal direction, and the long axis become transverse. Note: greater omentum, pouch-like bursa called the omentum bursa, and the opening of the bursa called the epiploic foramen or the foramen of the Winslow. जो ग्रेटर ओमेंटम होता है वो एक पाउच लाइक स्ट्रक्चर बनाता है जिसे बोलते हैं ओमेंटम बर्सा, और उसकी ओपनिंग को बोलते हैं एपिप्लॉइक फोरामेन और फोरामेन ऑफ वेंस्लो. दिस इज द कंसर्न डायग्राम. 90-degree rotation to the left and the long axis then become transverse. Development of bovine stomach. Initial the development is same as compared to the monogastric stomach. The fundic region primordia is of both rumen and reticulum. The lesser curvature form omasum and the rest of the part form the abomasum. Now the important point is that at the birth time the abomasum is twice the size of rumen and the reticulum. Intestine development. Develop from foregut, midgut and hindgut. Foregut. Mouth to proximal end of duodenum is foregut. Midgut. Distal end of the duodenum to the proximal transverse colon is midgut, and hindgut portion is from distal end of the transverse colon to rectum. Midgut gets supply or the midgut get the blood supply from the cranial mesenteric artery or the right vitelline artery. Midgut rotate clockwise by the 180-degree. First herniate and the ascending limb develop the primitive cecum. Midgut lengthen, deherniation occur, and intestine rotate by 360 degree. नोट करने वाली यहाँ पे बात यह है कि इन केस ऑफ पिग एंड ruminant the loop of colon spiral, and this is an additional event in the development of intestine in ungulates. So this is the concern diagram with the rotation of the gut. First the cranial mesenteric artery, around that the midgut rotate clockwise 180 degree and then 360 degree. Liver, it is endodermal in origin. The diverticulum form from the floor of the duodenum. Two diverticulum form, that is the hepatic diverticulum and the cystic diverticulum. The diverticulum give rises to hepatic duct, cystic duct and the pancreatic duct, and the hepatic diverticulum result in the formation of the liver, and the cystic diverticulum result in the formation of the gallbladder and the cystic duct. The gallbladder develop at the end of the cystic duct, and the bile duct is derived from the initial part of the hepatic duct. The cystic diverticulum atrophy in case of horse, rat and whale. Pancreas are endodermal in origin. Two diverticulum, dorsal pancreas and the ventral pancreas. Some epithelial cells during the development form the loose collection with the duct system called the islet of the Langerhans, and the gastric and the intestinal rotation result in the formation of or the joinment of both of pancreas, that is the dorsal and the ventral pancreas, and result in the formation of the body of the pancreas. The duct of the ventral pancreas known as Varsang duct, and the duct of the dorsal pancreas known as the accessory duct or the duct of the Santorini. Now नोट करने वाली यहाँ पे दो बातें हैं. एक है कि डॉग के केस में जो लार्ज पेनक्रियाटिक डक्ट होती है उससे वो डॉर्सल पैनक्रियाज वाली डक्ट होती है, या फिर एसेसरी पैनक्रियाटिक डक्ट होती है, या फिर डक्ट ऑफ सेंटोरिनी होती है जो कि लार्ज पैनक्रियाटिक डक्ट होती है. और कैट के केस में 20% हैव द एसेसरी पैनक्रियाटिक डक्ट. डेवलपमेंट ऑफ स्प्लीन, इट इज़ मेसोडर्मल इन ऑरिजिन. एग्रीगेशन ऑफ द मेसेंकाइमल सेल्स इन द डोर्सल मेसोगैस्ट्रियम. क्या होता है ना कि स्प्लीनिक हिलॉक्स बन जाते हैं जो मेसेंकाइमल सेल्स होते हैं, and they merge together to form spleen. The attachment of the spleen with the rumen is with the help of the ligament known as the gastrosplenic ligament, और जो red और white pulp बनते हैं उसमें. In case of spleen there are no lobes, so the red and white pulp form during 3rd month. Anomalies. एपोस्पोरस का मतलब होता है फ्यूचरलेस फेस. जॉ से रिलेटेड एनोमली है एग्नाथस. व्हेन द जॉ इज एब्सेंट इट इज़ नोन एज एग्नाथस कंडीशन. माइक्रोग्नाथिया जब शॉर्ट जॉ होता है, और मैक्रोग्नाथिया जब ओवरग्रॉन लोअर जॉ, जब लोअर जॉ बड़ा हो जाता है. तो मैक्रोग्नाथिया का दूसरा नाम है प्रोग्नाथिया, और माइक्रोग्नाथिया का दूसरा नाम है ब्रैकिग्नाथिया, ओवर शॉर्ट जॉ और पैरेट माउथ. राइमा ओरिस जब डेवलप नहीं होता है तो वो एस्टोमस कंडीशन. राइमा ओरिस के ओपनिंग ऑफ द माउथ कैविटी. माइक्रोस्टोमस जब राइमा ओरिस रेड्यूस हो जाता है बियॉन्ड द नॉर्मल, और तो माइक्रोस्टोमस कंडीशन होती है. जब राइमा ओरिस फेल हो जाता है रेड्यूस होने से तो माइक्रोस्टोमस कंडीशन होती है. टंग से रिलेटेड एनोमली है एग्लॉसिया, माइक्रो और मैक्रोग्लॉसिया. एग्लॉसिया मतलब एब्सेंस ऑफ टंग, माइक्रोग्लॉसिया मतलब टंग स्मॉलर देन दी नॉर्मल, एंड द मैक्रोग्लॉसिया इज टंग लार्जर देन दी नॉर्मल. टीथ से रिलेटेड एनोमली है एडोंशिया, ओलिगोडोंशिया और पॉलीडोंशिया. एडोंशिया मतलब एब्सेंट ऑफ टीथ या फिर फेलियर ऑफ द डेंटल लमाइना टू डेवलप. ओलिगोडोंशिया reduced number of teeth, and the polydontia excessive number of the teeth. Bird tongue condition, when the small and the pointed tongue form, it is known as bird tongue condition. This is because the lateral enlargement fails to develop. The last anomaly is the cleft lip cheilosis hair lip, the failure of the fusion of maxillary with the nasomedial process, result in cleft lip, hair lip or cheilosis condition. Now the last topic is anomaly of the alimentary canal, stenosis. Stenosis mean narrowing of the lumen. जब lumen narrow होता है तो stenosis condition arise होती है. एट्रेसिया एनाई और इम्परफोरेट एनस, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट एनोमली है एलिमेंट्री कैनाल. व्हाट हैपन? द एब्सेंस ऑफ द ल्यूमन रिजल्ट इन द एट्रेसिया एनाई कंडीशन और द एब्सेंस ऑफ द सेगमेंट ऑफ द गट रिजल्ट इन द एट्रेसिया एनाई कंडीशन. साइनस इन्वर्सस, ये भी एक एनोमली है जब ऑर्गन की पोजीशन इन्वर्ट हो जाएगी. जैसे अगर वो राइट है तो लेफ़्ट में, और अगर वो लेफ़्ट में एग्जिस्ट करता है तो वो राइट में चला जाएगा. फैलोसील कंडीशन, डी हर्निएशन एब्सेंट. यूरोरेक्टल फिशुला, फेलियर ऑफ द सेपरेशन ऑफ क्लोएका इनटू द रेक्टम एंड द यूरोजेनिटल साइनस. मैकल डायवर्टिकुलम, it is very important anomaly of the alimentary canal and the remnant of the yolk duct is Meckel diverticulum. That's all for today. Thank you. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel.